This is the confusions of a 30-something podcast. It's two guys having a chat about anything and everything. My name's Chris Walker, and I like to pretend I've got a studio when it's just a bunch of blankets hung over my head.
And I can actually see it as well, and it's absolutely mental. You look like a lunatic. I'm Graham Glossop, and I like to treat myself to a little sit-down wee on my birthday.
Do you know what? I actually sit down and piss all the time. I just think it's a way of skipping effort out of something, and it skips the potential of a clean-up operation afterwards. I think sit-down piss should be standard for men. I genuinely do.
Swapping genders there, mate.
Oh, well. You say swapping genders. It's 2020 and everything now. I think we should all just sit down.
Yeah, gender fluidity sounds pretty appropriate now, doesn't it? We can do what we want.
Fluidity is probably the appropriate word there, to be fair. How you doing anyway, mate? How you going?
Yeah, not too bad, cheers, mate. I've just been productive. I've had a new desk and chair come, so I've been setting that up and got my own little room of solitude now. Got a few leftover, bolts and washers and that kind of thing left over, just standard. How's things on your end anyway, pal?
I'm all right, mate. So you're saying about you got your new desk. It's not going to come fucking crashing down mid-podcast, is it?
Fucking hope not. Never know, though. I'll give it a little taste, a little shake now. No, it's fine.
Oh, that's all right. Well, I said about, studios and stuff. Obviously, we had to abandon this recording earlier when I tried using the spare room. I've got myself a nice little tight box room. I've got towels, blankets over the desk, built my own little booth, and then all I heard was this relentless fucking popping and interference, which just drove me absolutely mental. And it just turns out we've got shit broadband. So
it's those little things, isn't it, that you kind of pick up, and once you hear it, you can't not stop hearing it.
No. Do you know what it is as well? It would just be nice if once in my life I bought something and it fucking worked out of the box. Without an issue. No hissing, no having to change the settings, no Googling around to fix A, B or C. Just fucking work.
Hallelujah. That's all we want. That's all we want in life.
Well, obviously, we kind of need to crack on a little bit today because I've got my cooking to do. And I'll probably continue with this little strange habit I've kind of recently developed while I'm cooking now.
What do you mean by strange habit, should I ask?
Well, especially when my other half's at work and I'm sort of cooking during the daytime, I'm finding myself talking to the cooking while I'm doing it. You're like how Bob Ross used to talk to his paintings.
Yeah.
So I'm just there, putting stuff in. It's I just put a little bit of braised beef in here, just all nice and happy, like a bunch of little meaty friends. Let's get a hold of that lovely, rich, deep red paprika.
Weirdo.
It's when you fuck it up, though. I don't think I've gone full Bob yet. He's like, oh, that's okay. We don't make mistakes here. We just have a happy little accidents. You just learn to use what happens. It's all about enjoying the process of making a little bit of paprika beef and a bit of goulash.
I was just flicking through social media and I came across this interesting news article. It was basically about a prisoner at the Leeds prison. Mm-hmm. And what was interesting was he had a Kinder Egg shoved up his arse. And that's not the best bit. The best bit is that Boris Johnson was there in person and he was kind of witnessing this with the guards at the time.
I suppose that's one invasive hospital procedure after another. So he's got a Kinder Egg. Are we talking chocolate and tinfoil included?
You know what? I think it was just the capsule itself, but I'd be very, very impressed if you get a whole Kinder Egg intact with tinfoil up there. That'd be job well done.
God, can you imagine the doctor seeing that and reacting? Especially if you actually kept the tinfoil on. He'd be like, fucking hell, what do you think we are, the golden goose from Willy Wonka? You fucking weird bastard.
I just imagine it now, the guards seeing it on the x-ray for the first time and kind of preparing for this birth. Is it going to be a boy? Is it going to be a girl? Is it a bit of crack? Is it a bit of coke? Oh, it's a fucking Kinder Egg with drugs in it.
And not one of those shitty porcelain crocodiles you used to get sometimes.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd be more disappointed in, really. Just getting drugs or a shit toy.
Do you know what, right? When you got a Kinder Egg, how fucking disappointed were you if you got any form of figurine?
Very.
just give me something like a little ring pull gun that fires a wheel off or something, like something I can shoot. Just a tiny little segue and everything on that. I used to have the Action Man Jeep with a big cannon on the back of it, and it fired this little brown missile thing out that was powerful as fuck. And I remember shooting my brother in the cock with it when he got out of the shower once.
There's nothing funnier than getting shot in the cock or hitting the balls, is there?
Oh, do you remember those elastic bands things you used to do where you used to fold the paper up? Did you ever do that?
Oh, I'm just thinking about making those elastic guns with your fingers, but this is something different.
So what you used to do, you used to get elastic band, stretch it between your finger, your index finger, and your thumb, right? And you get a piece of paper that you fold up a load of times and fold it in half, so it's like a big thick V shape, and you fire it like a bullet, and it hurt like fuck.
Wow. That's the more advanced version that I was on about. You can make the little gun thing with the elastic, but I never put a little ammunition in it or anything like that with paper. That's the next level.
Range, those things are fucking deadly.
Have someone's eye out.
No. Anyway, we sidetracked, haven't we? So guy in prison with Kinder eggs, figurines.
The shitty toys. God. Well, it's just reminding me, actually, in one of my many, many shitty jobs in the past, I used to work with this guy, and he collected these toys, and his desk was just covered in like little, the constructed toys, the porcelain toys, the little figures. It was his entire, his desktop computer thing. And it kind of overflowed onto his windowsill as well then. Like all these little toys.
What was it?
It was...
what was his name? Fucking Turbo Nonce?
To be fair, it was quite impressive had he not been like obese 40. It looked like a geezer.
I mean, tell you about like cheap toys, because you can still get some enjoyment out of a cheap toy. Do you remember going to the post office and getting those polystyrene airplane things?
Yeah.
They were fucking quality. It was just be like a piece for the body of the plane, piece for the wings, and then was like a plastic propeller you put on the front.
Yeah, them ones. Cheap as
fucking chips. 50p well spent every time. You're like running around the garden.
And then once you... and they'd always land in a puddle and just like slowly dissolve, wouldn't they?
Either dissolve like a packet of Skips would dissolve if you put it in water, or you threw it into a wall and you smash a propeller bit off.
That's 50p well spent.
It's still 50p better spent than a fucking Kinder Egg toy, to be fair. At least you could run around pretend you were fucking Maverick from Top Gun in the back garden. Although it'd probably be a bit dark, to be fair, if you pretend your best friend died while throwing it around. Oh dear.
I've just had a thought, actually. Yeah. Those crocodiles, weren't they from Nutella?
Not a Kinder
Was it
Egg.
them turtles that were in the Kinder Egg?
Fucking hell.
Hold on, let me just double check something.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's the same company.
What, are they both Ferrero?
Yeah. So Nutella and Kinder Egg, they're the same company. Jesus, the things you learn in lockdown, eh?
Fucking hell, my mind's blown by that. Taking over not just the hazelnut empire, but the toy one as well, for a budget of £3 for a piece of crap. Do you know what, like saying about Nutella, do you remember those glasses that you used to get with like the crocodiles and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought that crocodile was in the
Kinder
Egg.
Because what they used to do, like limited edition ones, didn't they? So that you get like a beaker with all the Nutella in it with a plastic lid over it. And then people used to collect them. It was like best silverware for kids, really. Actually, do you know what? Fuck that. I think I'm going to go on eBay and get some. So, it might have been last week now, but did you see that story coming out of Belgium where we were telling people to eat more chips?
I did, because we've got a bit of a surplus now because of the coronavirus.
I mean, in lockdown, I don't know about you, but I've been eating so much shit. Like, so much shit in lockdown. Like, the last thing I need to eat is, like, more French fries, as they would.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, for people to kind of tell you to eat more when you're already eating more, it's like, how can I?
I mean, just think as well, like, we've always had this thing. I say always had it. This last few years, it's been a real emphasis on healthy eating and stuff like that. And then some guy in Belgium's coming out telling people they've got to eat more chips.
How would you like?
You're probably aiming it at us, really, isn't he? Let's be honest. Aim it at Great Britain.
I'm sure that.
Like, fucking hell, we've got 750,000 spare potatoes. What do we do? We'll get a PR campaign going aimed at Britain, telling them to eat more chips. They're good for you. If you serve it with mayonnaise, you got a few key vitamins in there. Balanced meal. It's got eggs in it. That's protein.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be able to angle it somehow, won't they? Just to make it sound like, oh, it's really good for you now, even though it blatantly isn't.
So stay happy, eat chips. It'd be like the spirit of the Blitz all over again, and not in the same way that when you get half a centimetre of snow, everything's spirit of the Blitz all over the front of the fucking newspapers.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be a problem in the UK, to be fair, because like one UK portion of chips is probably the equivalent of, the portion in Belgium. So it's like, we've probably got double the amount that the Belgians eat anyway, and that's just in a regular size. You know what I mean?
Are we the only country that eats fat chips? Like the big fucking chunky things? I think everywhere else I've seen chips has been some sort of version of French fries.
Oh, yeah, like the skinny little things. Oh, yeah. That's good. Then there again, proportion size, bigger. We're always eating more.
You'd think the one country that might have bigger chips than us would just be the US, but even they have slim chips and think ours are really fucking weird.
Yeah. And we have a side portion of crisps just to go with the chips as well.
I've been doing my secret side portions when I've been cooking, mate.
What's the secret side portion? I don't.
Is it when you're cooking and you start picking at stuff in the fridge while you're cooking? I'll just have a piece of ham while this is happening. I've even been known to put ketchup and salt on a teaspoon and eat that.
Really? What?
Yeah, it's nice.
Ketchup, just hold on, condiments, just the little condiments, not even the food that you're cooking.
No, fuck that. Food's just a fucking vehicle for condiments, mate.
We both do it completely different here. I test and eat as I go what I'm cooking. I don't just get a teaspoon of ketchup like you and just be like, what?
Do you know, it's a real fucking annoyance, isn't it, when you've actually been cooking something like, say, the slow cooker or a big meal, and you keep testing it and keep testing it. Like if you've got like a lot of different flavours in there, like you're making like a big stew or whatever. So by the time that it actually comes round, you're sick of having little portions of it. And you've like lost your appetite.
Now that you've put myself in your shoes and from your point of view, I kind of get it, but each to their own.
Have you seen McDonald's are looking at reopening now?
I have, yeah. They're kind of gradually opening up and having a reduced menu. Is that right?
Yeah. But they're mystery locations where they're doing it, apparently. They're not revealing it until next week.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Like a fucking murder mystery weekend where you get picked up at a coach station and then you don't know where you're going.
And you don't know what you're going to eat as well. It's all a big surprise. That'd be quite cool little angle, that, actually, wouldn't it?
Did your parents ever used to go on like coach trips when you were younger?
Yes.
It might just be my parents that did this. Oh, yours did as well. Like sign on to ones that are advertised in the bus station or at a pub or whatever. It'd be like mystery weekend.
Yeah, it was.
They had no idea where they're going.
Working men's club.
Yeah. Like, I just think the thought of having a mystery weekend seems absolutely fucking stupid to me. What if I'm going to go somewhere that it takes 9 hours to travel there?
And you're there for an hour. You have to have another 9 hours back.
Like, my parents like go on these trips to like Belgium and stuff where they only end up having like 24 hours in Ostend or Bruges or whatever, because the rest of the time they're on a fucking coach and like crossing the English Channel on a ferry.
That's luxurious.
So you only get 1 day when you're there.
That's luxurious, that, pal. I just ended up in Skeggy or Blackpool. But going back to what you're just saying there, then actually, like you probably wouldn't have enjoyed it now, but as a kid, loved it. Yeah. But now probably hate it, like you're saying, because you know what it's all about and you've been before, and you know it's not worth the journey time, is it?
No, it's not. you're saying like Skeggy and Blackpool and stuff. Were they your sort of like default resorts as a kid?
Yeah.
Like if you went for a day out, it was going to be Skegness, for instance.
Yeah.
So ours was Bridlington, and I remember like even if we tried somewhere else, like we tried to go to Scarborough once, and my parents had done that thing where they booked a bloody hotel out of a newspaper that was like really, really cheap, and then when they got there, surprise, surprise, hotel's like a fucking toilet inside. Like it's got a teeny little window because we were like right up in the loft of this hotel, and the window was like a fucking letterbox. And because I was only like 8 or something at the time, I couldn't really see out of it anyway because it was too high up. And then, yeah, the hotel was a shithole, but my mum decided that made all of Scarborough a shithole. So what happened next day? Checked out the hotel early, went to fucking Bridlington for 2 days.
Yummy.
Do not like change. I think we went to Skeggy once, but it wasn't Brid. For some reason, my parents seem to see Bridlington as like the Dominican Republic or something.
I wonder why that is. I wonder why that's that preference. Like, I don't think I'd ever been to Brid as a kid, only as an adult, which is weird. I think.
Yeah. Well, consider it's actually nearer, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it's nearer and slightly easier to get to. I had a nightmare drive over there a few years ago when I decided, out of a bit of sense of nostalgia, because I love these every now and then. The girl I was living with at the time was like, "Shall I borrow mum and dad's car this weekend? We'll go to the seaside for a change." And she was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, it'd be fun." And we went to Bridlington. Fucking hell, nearly wiped us out in some bloody issue with driving when it pissed it down. And you know, like when the road just turns into a big fucking mirror.
Yeah.
Where it's just lashed it down, you got bright sunshine. And this fucking prick in a BMW came shooting up on my right as I was like losing track of where the lines were. And yeah, I'd fucked up because I'd moved out of my lane, but there'd been no one around me for fucking 10 minutes. And it just lashed it down. Some prick thought it was like driving at Monaco in the wet. All right, I didn't check my mirrors properly, but I wouldn't have been able to see him anyway because the amount of sheer reflection and stuff going on. And we had this like 10-mile sort of road rage argument. Literally, like, followed us for 10 miles. He went round a roundabout and came back up behind us and then sped over, and he did it again. And we ended up pulling into this service station to have words. It was just like the typical fucking BMW prick as well. You know, some fat, balding fuckwit.
Yeah, Jesus.
Who thought he were like Mr. Dog's bollocks. As soon as I got out of the car, I think he realised, oh shit, he's actually like over 6 foot and relatively young. I was driving a fucking Skoda Yeti, so he probably thought I was about 80 or something. And he got out of his car like, "Oh, what the fuck are you fucking doing? You think you're fucking clever?" I'm like, "What do you think I'm doing? I made like one mistake, and all he did was fucking try and harass me and drive me off the road for 10 fucking miles. And Mr. Billy Big Balls fucking shit himself and got back in his car. So he did all that for a 15-second exchange and then fucked off.
Fuck me. Sounds like the worst road trip ever.
Well, to cap it off, we then spent a night in Bridlington, and to be fair, it was fucking atrocious. I didn't realise like how crap the British seaside actually is until you go there as an adult.
Yeah, you picture the beach being like golden coloured, nice blue waves in the ocean, and then you get there and it's just like a dirty brown colour. That's not even the sea, that's the sand. And you've just got floating condoms in the ocean and a fucking shopping trolley or something. And it's not the image you had as a kid.
They are fucking horrible, aren't they, Seaside Doughnuts? It's not just me that thinks that.
It's not even just like a sprinkle of sugar, is it? It's like the whole fucking packet of sugar.
It's like someone's raided Tate and Lyle and just dumped half of it in the bag.
90% sugar.
And it was fucking greasy as well, and like really claggy.
I enjoy watching them being made, the little mini ones. Do you know what I mean? Like seeing them come from liquid form and then go into the hot boiling fat and sizzling. That's cool because they're on that little conveyor belt, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
that all that automation bit's quite cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, mate, you'll fucking spoil yourself. If you like watching stuff like that, get yourself on YouTube. Start watching how it's made. You can see how crisps are made in a 2-minute video.
Bloody hell.
I think they've got thousands of things on there. I think I used to watch it to try and get myself to sleep years ago because all the stuff was that fucking dull to watch. Like, I was sort of interested, but not really. But because the guy got like quite a sort of soothing voice. I used to watch TV in bed and fall asleep to it. That or Mighty Ships on Discovery.
Mighty Ships.
Oh well, it's this kind of chit and chat that's going to make us big in the US. I'm convinced of it.
They don't have mini donuts; they just have gigantic, extra large ones.
Well, I'm thinking US tour, mate. If we can carry on this level of banter.
Oh, right, and they just go over there, eat their donuts, educate them about the British seaside.
We're like, hi, we're podcasters from the UK. Nice to meet you. We like to talk about pencil sharpeners and cheese and 5G fucking Corona pigeons. Oh, I didn't realise. I thought you were Robbie Coltrane. It's like, no, love, that's just me eating fucking 2 portions of chips a week and having IBS. Coronavirus has not been kind to my gut.
I was just about to relate to you there with that. Jesus, like we've discussed before, like the diet's out the window, therefore all the tolerances are kicking back in. Back with a vengeance.
I mean, the thought of me eating like chips multiple times a week, like having IBS is quite fucking annoying. I haven't got it like to a point where I'm going to shit myself in public or anything like that. I just get quite fucking bloated and lethargic and lose my appetite. And like me eating, say, like white bread like twice in a day or something like that, or big fuck off American-sized portions of chips and burgers, it's the equivalent of putting fucking Savlon into a diesel car's tank.
I know what you mean. Mate, I'll join you on the bloated front. I've just been bloated this whole time. Everywhere I've been, I've just been rubbing my stomach like a little Buddha. Do you know what I mean? You have to like rub the Buddha for good luck. That's all I do to myself now. Just rubbing it for good luck. So another thing I've been thinking about, Chris, is just comparing now to being younger. And I was thinking, with this whole lockdown, I've been up to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, which I've not really done since I was like in my younger days, like teens.
When you were a nipper.
When I was a nipper, when I was, the uni days, the college days. Because, if we went out on a night out, we could easily, go out from 7 p.m. and not get home until like 2, 3, 4 a.m. No problem. Am I right?
Yeah. Do you know what else you could do, though, to be fair? That in those days, you could actually go out with 30 quid. And make a fucking night of it.
Fucking hell, yeah.
I barely get an Uber and 2 fucking pints out of 30 quid these days.
What was that? At college, when we went to college, you got that allowance. Well, I did anyway. You got £30 a week for attendance, and I can't remember what it was called. It was like a poor person's thing. EMA! That's it. EMA.
That's the one.
And it was 30 quid a week. And I remember I'd get it on a Friday, go straight out, have a fucking night out on the town from, 5 p.m. up until the early hours on 30 quid, just like you said.
You basically got paid to turn up at college, do fuck all, then get absolutely pissed out of your fucking face on a fucking Monday. Used to be Monday night for us. I don't know if you were the same.
No, I did the indie nights on a Friday. Sorry, educational maintenance
allowance.
That's
the one. It's called the Priority Fund now, if you want something technical to learn.
Oh, is it? Is that the...
It is, yeah.
Oh, I'm learning something new. So we've got EMA from when we were 16 to 18 to now the maintenance.
Priority Fund,
Priority Fund.
I think they're a bit stricter on the requirements now.
How much?
I think it's a fixed 30 quid because EMA was like a sort of sliding scale, weren't it? Depending on how much your parents earned and shit like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, because details like that are fucking boring. But yeah, going out at that age, like being able to go out with like 25 quid, and then you'd stay out all fucking night, drinking fuck knows what, and yeah, you might feel a bit shit some mornings, but compare that to now. I had a virtual fucking pub session the other night, right? And that fucking buried me the next day because I mixed 3 types of alcohol. Fucking hell. I used to mix 6 in one fucking drink at that age.
Yeah. You used to get a WKD, a Smirnoff, like, what was it, Turbo Shandy or whatever, and mix all sorts.
Oh, fucking hell, that's got a name as well. Like,
I know.
No, that is a Turbo Shandy. Do you used to have a Turbo Snakebite as well?
Turbo Snakebite. Was that the cider, lager, and the Smirnoff?
Yeah. Or Cheeky Vimto. That were a good one.
WKD and ports, I
Port?
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Port should always go into other drinks.
To be fair, that was quite delicious. I did make one of them a couple of months ago, actually.
They are nice. I mean, it is like having a fucking pint of gout, but I don't think I could actually drink anything that sweet anymore. Do you remember Southern Comfort and Coke was a drink that came into fashion at one bit?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was the definitely in my early 20s. That was. Quick story. My friend who I used to live with at uni, he drank a bottle of Southern Comfort on a kind of a dare, as in not a dare, but they were like he had like a triple of Southern Comfort lemonade, and he downed it, and they're like, go on, do another one. Next thing you know,
is this that mate of yours I met on your stag do?
It is. Yes.
I'll let you tell the story for the listeners, mate. But I know the story you're talking about now.
Yeah, and he basically ended up getting through a bottle of Southern Comfort, absolute paralytic. I was working at the time in a walkabout, but the other guys, they ended up taking him to the hospital. They had to put him on a drip, and I just remember one of the lads was saying that you had to push him out of the hospital in a wheelchair, and there was just a trail of piss following in the hospital. And he's not got fond memories of Southern Comfort.
What an absolute fucking idiot. Didn't he like fall asleep pissing on your face or something because you had to sleep next to his bed back in the dorms?
True. So I came back from my shift at like 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And the lad just went, it's your turn to look after him now. I'm like, what are you on about? What's happened? Oh, yeah, he's drank a bottle of Southern Comfort and he's passed out. And I opened the door and his face was just covered in graffiti. The usual, a big giant cock on his cheek. Half his head was shaved off. So I ended up sleeping on the floor next to him. And then in the middle of the night, he ended up pissing himself, rolling off the bed and landing on top of me while still pissing himself. And I was just covered in piss, having to like pick him up and try and chuck him back into bed and nightmare.
Well, following that lovely story that will actually probably resonate with quite a few people, to be fair, I think I'm out of energy for today, mate.
I'm feeling the same as well, if I'm being honest. A bit pooped. But as long as we had fun, that's all that matters.
It was another widely varied chat, as always, mate. Another widely varied one. So, final thing then. Got any plans for this bank holiday weekend coming up?
Nothing really out of the ordinary, to be honest. Just going to walk the dog, watch a bit of TV, play some games. The most exciting thing is probably doing a quiz. I've been asked to be the quiz master again, so I'll be just working on that, really. What about you?
To be fair, that sounds a lot better than mine. The only plan I've got in place is to clean the oven.
What a
because
task.
It's been put off for time and time again because it's just a really shitty job to have to do. But like your oven's got a window on the front of it, through the door, which should be see-through, and now almost looks like a fucking blackboard now. So I think it's about time I got it done. But do you know what? It saves me watching loads of coverage about VE Day all bloody weekend, so that'll do me fine.
Yeah, it's one of them jobs, isn't it, where you just put it off because you know how much kind of elbow grease and effort you've got to put into it.
Agreed, mate. Agreed. It just looks like too much effort to do, but I've decided I've got a 3-day weekend now as a time to actually get it done.
Nice.
Can you hear my cat meowing away in the background, by the way?
I can, yeah, now that you've pointed it out. Did she want your attention, isn't it?
I think so. So we better wrap this up, haven't we, really?
Yeah, cool, yeah. So
before she starts pulling the curtains off.
Before we go, please follow us on like Instagram and Twitter. Both the handles are Confusions of a 30.
That's right. Also, just a bit of good news is we are now on iTunes as well as Google Play. We don't charge, but I think Google do for a subscription. So if you know someone who might enjoy this, please encourage them to have a listen, share it around. So yeah.
Until next time, everyone, stay safe.
And we'll stay confused. Ta-ta.
Hurrah.